Hello, my name is Marianne Lane. I'm a modern shaman, a shaman of the new era. This video is to share with you a healing, a support, an energy support that can be delivered to you if you put your intention on receiving. And immediately, when you put your intention on receiving, the energy will begin to flow. This energy is not my energy. This energy is not your energy. It's a support that is brought to us to help us enter into the new era consciousness. You as a human being has a tremendous strong energy and a really intense mind. Your possibility to choose is strong. Also, regarding the part of your consciousness that you're not aware of. You can see it as a tail of consciousness, and that no matter what you choose, this tail will join you, will go with you. The energy is getting stronger as you're receiving, because when you are receiving the energy and it helps you to enter the new era consciousness space, this will open your tail of consciousness, the part of your consciousness that you're in everyday life is not related to, maybe even, or aware of. Awakening is about being aware, and the more awake, the more aware. And what you need to be aware of at the first is your own subconsciousness. But how can I be aware of my subconsciousness? This is really difficult because the subconsciousness contains a lot of traps, a lot of cloudy and misty consciousness. So this support helps you to step into the awareness, the awakening that will be your next step. But how can this be? This is possible because you have already shown by your choices and the way you're already aware, the way you're moving in the development of your awareness, you show where you will go in a short while. And as the awareness arising is accelerating, and the acceleration is also accelerating, this shift in your consciousness is intense and severe. So, by giving this support, taking it in, you will get the help. And the help is actually by your own consciousness, the next step of your own consciousness. Take a couple of deep sighs. Maybe experience the relaxing, softening in the body and in your system. And When your system is responding on the energy, this will open to a state of consciousness and energy where the support is even faster and more firmly taken in by your consciousness, by your awareness. Maybe you begin to have signs of something's happening. These signs don't mean anything. They're just showing the shift. They're just showing that something is going on. So you can have sensations in the body. You can have sensation in the energetical field of consciousness if you have this kind of awareness, this kind of sensitivity that you can relate to this. You can have sensations or feelings that arises and moves around like waves or like swirls. And you just let it be. Just look at it as if you were watching clouds on the sky. That these are moving, but you're not handling them, aren't you? By receiving this possibility to untie a lot of the knots in your consciousness that keeps you trembling and going into these misty, cloudy areas of your consciousness. This will be shown in your everyday life. And only when it shows up in your everyday life and you recognize it and you begin to take it in as advances and as possibilities, this will be saved, like downloaded into the part of your consciousness that is carried in the remembrance field of your DNA. When you take it in this deeply, the next step will be go into this possibility to receive the support and the healing. Get a little bit help again. Go out in your everyday life, receive the transformation with your recognition, and begin to take it in as advances and possibilities. Activating in the remembrance field of your DNA. After a while, come back, get the support by the energy, by the healing. And when you've done this for a while, your energetical field of consciousness will begin to know where to reach for this support and will begin to reach for it by itself. At that time, you probably will not think about it anymore. If you have been on this path, it will diminish and you will go on, and your consciousness, the tail of your consciousness will ensure that you will be connected and supported by this possibility. Take a few, make a few deep sighs. Keep your awareness on the signs. Maybe you haven't anyone, maybe you haven't any signs, and this is also perfect. You don't need to have the signs to receive the healing, the support, the energetical support. But if you have this experience with a lot of things going on, you can relax knowing that it is a sign. Signs. So we're meeting in this small magic space, opening to the energy, and it shifts now because it has two parts, two different parts, and it's shifting now. And if you are sensitive in this way, and if you have the right state today, you will experience the shift in the energy. And no matter what you experience, the healing supports you, and where you will recognize it is with your awareness if you ever alive. If you have an experience of being more stable, more connected, being more focused, that things can be difficult without you having the same reactions as you used to. That you're knowing and your focus about what to do will be from deep within and just be delivered. Maybe not every time, but from time to time. In the time before these times, the part of our consciousness that has been unaware, that has been sleeping, is related to old patterns from our species to survive. And these patterns is important. They help us to ensure that what is important is recognized in our system. And if we are crossing lines we shouldn't cross, alarm would go on, and we will be aware, annoyed, or feelings, or energetic system, and our nervous system will have reactions telling us that something needs to be done, there's something we need to be aware of. The way it has been layered in a system from ancient times and until now, our ancestors' experiences, our parents' experiences, is layered in the remembrance field surrounding the DNA. And they are tied, connected to survival. So tight connected to survival that even though we are entering into lives where survival is not an everyday issue, this will keep on being ignited. This support, this healing helps that these ignitings is slowly, bit by bit, steps by step, being relaxed, focused, balanced, stabilized into the state where it will only ignite when you actually need to be aware, need to take care, need to do something really fast to ensure your survival, your existence. And in other circumstances, it will still treat you good, fits you well, helps you the best, and it will help you with your awareness, with your attention. Where should it go? And this will also free the tail of your consciousness to be more relaxed and to be able to follow more of your intention. So the idea of walking the path that opens with this support, this shift in consciousness, is to address to yourself, what is my intention with this? What is my intention with that? What is the reason is from the path? What is the tension is from now, and what is coming? So the support, the shift in your consciousness and your energetic field related to this support helps you to move from what is the reason to what is the purpose and what is my intention. When the system gets more and more relaxed, more of these old knots that have been mirrored into newer parts of our system begins to be released, our possibility to use all these really strong possibilities, efforts, and heavily evolved consciousness that we carry, when this is freed, when this is deliberately possible to use, it will be like your cell phone or your computer has this possibility to work with different programs and work for you, giving you solutions and seeing other possibilities. It will support you being aware and happy, and practically give you everything. But the capacity of your cell phone or the computer is only what it is. When you're connecting your computer, your cell phone to the internet, the capacity can be unlimited. Of course, it is limited by the computer, limited by the cell phone, and it's also limited by the internet. If you put this picture, this way of seeing, into what we're opening here, your system, your awareness, the part of your system that you're aware about is the part of the computer that you recognize what is happening on the screen. Your system by itself has the same capacity as the cell phone and the computer to work. But when you open to the new era consciousness, you will have the same possibilities to open to the unlimited possibilities of your consciousness. So this is the intention, this is the purpose of this healing, this support. It is to help you to get into your unlimited space, It is to help you to untie the knots. It is to help you to open into your new area of consciousness in small bits, ensuring that what you already are that is perfect will be helped to transformed by yourself, by your meeting with everyday life, and the expansions that you can get when you recognize, what is my intention with this? What is my intention with this? And then begin to choose to do in your everyday life what is supporting your intention. And the support from the energy, from the healing, is to help you to get into the state where this will be easily recognized, and also where your tail of consciousness is working together with you. So your intentions, your intentional consciousness will grow and be stronger and stronger. And this is the muscles in the consciousness, in the new era consciousness. The muscles in the new era consciousness is the intentional consciousness. Slowly, the energy relaxes. And what I always do is to, in myself, in my inner self, to say a kind of thank you for the exchange with the energy, because I recognize there's always an exchange. And what do I give to this energy? I give the recognition and the codes. So my kind of codes is given to the energy. And the energy here is a part of, you could call it Earth Internet. And Earth Internet is new, so it's driven right now by people who is intentionally connecting. But in time, like the internet right now, all our cell phones and computers is connected without we are thinking about it, and it works on the internet without we are thinking about it. At the same way, this Earth Internet is working on being connected to everybody without us thinking about it. And when using it and getting this support, I deliver my codes. And this will be used in the Earth Internet energetical field to evolve the consciousness field, the internet, to be well fit for everybody. And this field is completely balanced within what you could call ethics, and even develop into a deeper level of ethic behavior. And thus, when it's developed and we begin to work together with it, we as human beings on this earth will begin to, from the inner core of our consciousness, the knowingness, we will begin to recognize these ethics and recognize when they are true to us. And when they're true to us, we will begin to behave according to what's true to us, because we can, because the shift and the change, the release from the knots will help us. This healing, this energy is kind of working the same way as this earth energetical field, earth spirit in the future will work, will function. So we are breathing it in with the consciousness when we are accepting this support and using it. If you think, okay, I will not be a part of this, you can just put your intention on not receiving what you just received, and put your intention on not taking in what's new that will come the next days, and then it will diminish. It's your choice. With this last words, I will thank you for this meeting, the New Era meeting, where you can meet across time and spaces during the internet. Thank you very much.